Our tip of the week is going to be transferring attributes and parameters between our elements. I use this function so often. It's almost become second nature. I do it without even thinking anymore. And I have created shortcut keys that are specific to me and how I use my keyboard to do this. But what we're talking about when we're talking about transferring our attributes and our parameters, we're talking about our pickup and our eyedropper and our inject tool. If you're using the out-of-the-box work environment, it's going to be in your toolbars up at the top. Our eyedropper looks like the eyedropper that you'd find in kids' medicines. And then the injector looks like a injector needle, okay? The out-of-the-box shortcut commands for this are Command C, and to inject it is Alt Command C. I'll show you how to look what those are if you're on a Windows computer. So we can access them on our toolbar. We can access them with command shortcuts, or you can also access them through our menu system by going to Edit, Element Settings, and then we have our pickup parameters or inject parameters. Okay, so now I have two different doors here, okay? I want my orange door to look like the blue door. So after I've either selected my eyedropper function or I'm holding down Command C, I'm going to get my eyedropper, and whatever I'm picking up the settings for is going to get highlighted in blue. That's why this door here is blue. Okay, so once I have what I want to pick up highlighted, I click once and that picks up those settings. And then we come over to what used to be our orange door. You can activate your inject syringe by using any of the commands that we had talked about before, and you simply inject it into the door that you're wanting to match. Okay, and then once you're done, you will have two doors with the same set of parameters. So with that, if you see in this window here, when we're injecting, we have this little window here that says, or option here that says default, right? So what would happen if you clicked on that? By default, you are injecting all parameters, okay? But by selecting that default, you have a quick list of things that you can include and transfer, or by coming down here to the element transfer settings, we get a list of things to include and exclude when you're doing those transfers. All right, but keep in mind as you are customizing these, it's going to use these settings each time you use your eyedropper and inject function. Okay, what is set by default is going to have the star with the check mark in it. So transfer all settings is the default in this example. We can add new combinations, all right? So these are different combinations. This is what's turned on and off in that combination. So we can create new ones, or we can import and export our transfer of elements too. All right, so now that we have come through here and worked with our element transfer settings, we have all of our combinations that we would most frequently use. By clicking our default option here, you're going to get the list that we had just seen before. Okay, you're going to get this list right here. All right, and then you'd select what you want, and those things are transferred the way you have them specified to be. The other way to get to your element transfer settings, we'll go back to Edit, Element Settings, and your element transfer settings are right here. Okay, they are also located in your favorites palette by selecting the settings over here. Okay, and we can apply those to favorites as well. Different ways to organize these: you can group them by the tool or group them by the settings. And it is always wise to go through there and look at your settings as you're doing.